Hi, welcome back. This is Venkat. As I said in the old video, I will show you how to write the core functionality of the application, that is how to ping the device by taking the input from the input box and displaying it on the output box. To just show you where is our input box and the output box, let's rewind the application UI. So this is the UI of our application app, and this is the input box, and this is going to be output box, and the so whatever we enter here is taken as an input and read by the code, internally, and then it gives the output over here. So and the output may be active or inactive kind of stuff. To create the ping operation in the code, we need two functions to do that. One function is to get the data from the input box, and the other function is to use that data and ping the devices, ping the nodes, whatever it gets from the input. So let's create the first function. So I want this function to known as get input. So it is like a, so let's say input data equals. So I'm creating a variable inside the function to store the data that is provided by the user. So input data. So we are getting the data from input box. So we have to mention the input text box dot get is nothing but get is used to get the data from the text widget. So input text widget, and to insert the data into the text widget we use insert. So the so we get the data from starting line of the command, from the text to the end of the text. So that is going to be n1c. I'm sorry, 1c. So the 1.0 is the starting position of the text, the input data, and the 1 dot n dash 1c is the end position, the final end position of the text space. So this is how we get the data from the text and storing it as a variable. And now we are going to return the data, not print the data. The reason why I'm choosing return is a return stores the data. So I want to store the data and hold the data on the function. I want to store the data in the form of string, because when we want to reuse the data under the text file, the text file only handles the string data, so string format. So we have to store the data in the form of string. So let's store the data in the form of string, input string. So now we got the data from the input text box, and we did store that in the form of string format. Now let's create the main function that does the ping operation. So let's create ping. So here we want here we have to call the get input function in order to get the input data from it. So we can't call the function directly in the text widget. So to get the data from the function, we have to store it as a variable format. We have to store it in the form of variable, and then we can get the data from that variable. So we did store that function in the form of variable. So now here I'm using a text file to store the data, to store the data what we write in the input box, and then we use that text file to read and do the operation internally. So the reason is I'm good at reading the data from text files using regular expressions and parsing it and do the operations. I'm not really good in reading the data from the variable. So I'll be showing you that how to read the data and parse it from the variable, store the data, but not right now. So we will we use this format with handles all the opening and closing of the file. So we don't have to worry of if we miss the close statement at the end of the file, then it's in the loop. So we don't have, if we create a file with condition, it automatically closes the file once the job is done. So let's open the file under the name of buffer.txt in the form of write mode, encoding it, encoding using UTF-8 format, has an buffer file. So once we write it, so now we have to write, so once we create the file, we have to write the data line by line. So to do that, I'm saying line 1 equals buffer file dot write string variable 1. As I said, the text file only takes the data of string, it takes the data under the form of string format. So we have to convert the variable to string format, so which we've done. So now it does write the data from the from the whatever we write on the input box. It is stored into the text file. So now we have to we have to read the text file to do the ping operation. So txt. So to write it, to read it, we use R statement. We have to use encoding once we start. We have to use encoding format to read the data. UTF-8 has input buffer. So for each row in input buffer, each row in input buffer read read dot split for each row split. So now we so match 1 equals such. I have a regular expression format for the IP. So this regular expression will help us to find an IP address. Match 1 IP equals match 1 dot 0. Ping equals IP equals os.system ping -c 1 plus IP if ping IP equals 0, print IP plus active else inactive. So here we have to, so this is, yeah. So what it does is like we have created a file and stored the input data into the file, and after we stored it we have to read the file line by line. So we have to read the file line by line in order to do the ping operation one by one. So if you, so to read the file line by line, we you know we have given for row in input file input buffer dot read dot split. Okay, so here I have done, so read, so read dot split. So each time it read a line for each row. After it reads it, and then it is splitting into the next line. So it goes to the next line. Uh, so it has to go to the next line, or else it should break the process and go to the next line. But before it goes to the next line, after it reads the line, it does directly go to the next process, which is to match for, which is to search for the IP address in it. And once it finds the search, like you see, if it finds the match, if it finds the search what we are looking for, then it stores the data in the into a format which is a readable format. And then it does the ping operation, just like ping minus c one. The minus c is the command that is the command that is used for the count in the Linux form, in the Linux distribution. And if it is for the Windows, we use T. Minus T is for time. Minus C is for the count. And I have given count as one count. So you can give the count as much as you want. That depends on your time to wait and see how accurate you need. But for the Linux, I don't think we have to worry about that. And then, so this is the command structure what we give it onto the operating system to do, to find the uh, to do the job. And this is the IP address that we want it to do. So the os dot system is the library that will help us to do the ping operation. So this is this format structure what we have to use. And if it finds a match and it goes to it, and if the result is zero, the zero is nothing but the loss. If the result has the 0% loss, so that means the device is active. So it gives active. If it is not, if it misses any, the loss is more than 0%, then it goes to inactive. So this is it. So this is the logic. And so let me correct it. So in this split, we got to use, after it does read the line and it does the job, then it has to go to next line. To go into the next line, so this is what the command we use. This is what the logic we use to do it. So I hope this is correct. Let's save the data and run the margin. Okay, I did a mistake over here because I did write the function, but I never inserted the function anywhere else. So I have to insert the function over here. So it is ping. Did I spell it correct? No, that's the first letter of the case. So ping. So now the click button does the job first. Okay, I am giving 8.8.8 ping. So it does give you an error, which is good. Not encoding UTF as a buffer, encoding an invalid key argument. So that means I have, oh, maybe I think it is not encoding, it is encode. Encode. Oh, I'm sorry. I think it is encoding, but the spelling is wrong. Encode. save it, run again. Okay, right. Okay, if you see, it is giving you on the terminal. The reason is I did not add the output message on to, I did give a print option, but I didn't add it to the output box, or output text box. So to do that, I have to do over here. So here, output text box dot insert end and IP plus active. So I did save it, run it. It should give you a result. Okay, if you see, this is what we get it. So we have finished half part of our program. So this is it. So let me finish the Java again over here. So we have, you know what, I think I can type much better over here. Text box dot insert and IP plus inactive. The reason why I'm using n is the end. You know what? Let's see it in the TK interval chat. I don't remember why we use it n. Uh, it's funny. TK inter book search text widget. Oh, okay. So we have here end. Where is end? Okay. End corresponds to the position just after the last character in the buffer. So this is what it transfers. So it says it corresponds to the next. Okay, it corresponds to the position just after the last character in the buffer. Okay, so the end is nothing but always whenever you type something, it starts with the new the after it starts with the next character or the next line in the output box. So if there is an empty space, if there is an empty, for example, okay, you know what, I'll show you what it does mean. Okay, I think I have to rerun it again. Okay, so 8.8.8. So I have written something, the same thing. So now I got this, right? So if I click, if I reping it again, so if you see, it is starting from the next character. It is not overlapping onto the same position and retyping it again. So that is what the end tends for. So we can fix that side by side stuff. Just going to here and say /n /n. Hope this should fix it. Okay, so it does fix it. So as I said, /n is always for to move into the next line. So if you want to move it to the next line, just use add the /n and then it goes to the next line. So this is how it works. So this is the this is what how we do it as a ping. So this is how we ping the device from this application. So I guess we have done a good job today. And in the next video, I will show you how to do the name lookup or host name resolution or the DNS resolution for the IP for the given IP address. And just to show you an additional feature what our app can do, you don't have to only just paste the IP addresses. You can even write anything beside it, like and then click it, you get the address. So okay, I'll show you again. Okay, let them be over there. Yeah, 8.8.4.4, and also over here space. So let's clear this. Ping. There you go. So you see, now I think you understood what the capital program is, how the app is. So you just copy paste from a bunch of IP addresses from your Excel sheet or spreadsheet or whatever, wherever you have. Just make sure that they are in the line by line, and then just paste it over into the inbox, and then click ping. It grabs the IP address and it gives the status of the node. And the only drawback we have right now is if you see the regular expression, it can only grab one IP address from your line, not too many IP addresses from a line. So even if it does grab the IP addresses, it only reads the first match in the. It only reads for the first search. It only It only store detect. It can only uh, handle only the first hit of the search and then do the job, and then again it just forgets. It don't even go to the next search for the match or for the search for the next one. Even though there is an IP address after first IP address in the same line, it doesn't go to the second one because it already found the first match or the first search. So it only takes that and then read it. So I will find a way. I will show you how to do that and how to grab all the IP addresses in the same line and print it line by line. So you get the result. A more advanced level to do that stuff. And in the future videos, I will show you how to do that. For now, this is it. And in the next video, I will show you the NS lookup. Sorry for taking this long and show you how to show you this one, and just to show you where we can find or how we can find on the internet to find the regular expression for the IP address. Just like regex for IP address Python. So Stack Overflow is the king for anything. So if you see, I guess this is what I even grabbed from it. No, that's not the one. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one I found it. So if you see, I think pretty much we are on the same page. Yeah. So yes, except this, the 1,2. So yeah, this is how we can find the regular expressions. We can find many ways. In the regular expressions, we have match, search, find all. There are so many options for us to get a hit or find something in a given data using the regular expressions. And to me, the regular expressions is like a God gift. We can find anything in the data. Thank you for watching, and this is it for today. And see you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.